Hey guys, it's Ross on Space Couch today. I've had a few more thoughts on Finn's potential Force-sensitive status, which I thought I would share with you. Now, the first one is probably the more important one. In the text of the novelisation, when Maz hands Finn the lightsaber to pass on to Rey to the corpse, the book, it says, the lightsaber felt comfortable in his hand, lighter than a blaster. Was he worthy of such a gift? Only time and circumstance would tell. Now that is the very definition of an open door, let me tell you. The text also says, shortly after that, once he starts fighting the TR-8R stormtrooper, or the ones just before that, it's like that it's his courage as well as his training that makes him that formidable opponent during the fight. Now, like I said, that's probably one of the main pieces that I've seen so far. I mean, yes, I know it's only in the book, so we can't fully trust it, but yeah, when they're saying that only time and circumstance will tell if he was worthy of being handed a lightsaber, as we know, Finn was definitely worthy of being handed that lightsaber. Now, another classic plot device that we do see in the film is the hero's metamorphosis of Finn. From the beginning, where he's literally stripping out of his metal cocoon of the stormtrooper armour, to the end where he's in that coma, you know, having tried to save Rey's life, you know, with his own, essentially. Now, being in a coma is a classic plot device when they want their hero to level up, you know. When he wakes up, Finn is going to be significantly different. Not just that great big horrible scar he's going to have down his back, but he's going to have, well, obviously we think Force sensibility nature or whatever. He's going to be a lot more driven, I think. In original versions of the script for the film, after the crash landing on Jakku, Finn was originally supposed to be rescued by a local tribe, and then he was going to undergo a purification ritual and be reborn a hero. I think that's JJ's actual words, what they were planning on doing with the Finn character. Now, you know how action-packed that first half hour of The Force Awakens is. It would have really slowed it down, so I can see why perhaps that has been pushed to the end. It's an important point for Finn's development, obviously, but it makes more sense it happens at the end, after that giant climactic battle where he has literally been willing to give his life for his friends, you know? Yes, indeed. After that sacrifice, then yes, he's now worthy, I think, of whatever will happen to him, as it were. I mean that in a good way, obviously, you know. So, yeah, a very interesting path for Finn, what with that whole coma thing, and who knows what he's going to be when he wakes up. Now, the scene in the movie where Finn does appear to look up and see and hear the cries of the Hosnian system. I know some are saying, no, he doesn't hear it. Yes, he does. That's not in the book at all. You know, could just be one of those things like the walk up and tap that they just filmed because they're waiting for something else, or it could be one of those things that Rian Johnson asked them to include just to make his own storytelling process in episode 8 a bit easier. I mean, I don't know when we're going to find out what was added to the film for episode 8. You know, probably after episode 8 comes out. Now, there is another thing that I have heard, but I can't confirm this for myself. The musical cue that is used where, you know, Slip puts his hand on Finn's helmet and kicks off his own awakening, as it were. Apparently, that cue is the same as when Kylo is trying to mind probe Rey. I can't say I've picked up on this one. I've only seen the film twice. It'll have to be for when I see the Blu-ray, I think. But yes, logically that makes sense given the structure of the story and how closely Finn and Rey's arcs mirror each other. They're almost like they intertwine. I know it's like him and Poe's fates are intertwined together, but his arc and Rey's are very, very similar. Like I said, probably going to have to wait for the Blu-ray to be able to come out so I can actually check that one for myself. The only other time that Finn is associated with, like say, a Force user musical cue like the Force theme, and it's really reaching this one, let me tell you. In the epic trailer for the film that came out, you know, The Force is Calling to You, that one, at the end, you know, Finn wields his lightsaber against Kylo Ren, but that whole piece of music is a version of the Force theme. Yeah, like, I know that's really reaching. And the other one that's kind of reaching is in that very first trailer. You know, there has been an awakening. Have you felt it? What's the first thing you see? It's Finn. Yeah, I know, like I said, it's reaching. But just on that, the whole awakening thing, when exactly does it happen, and who is it happening to? Producers have been very unclear in settling that. Obviously, it says in the visual dictionary, it's Finn and Rey's escape is what the disturbance and the awakening is. But I don't know. We shall just have to wait and see. Well, anyway, guys, that was just a few more thoughts I had about Finn's potential Force-sensitive status. Some of them, yeah, they're reasonable. Some, like I say, it might be reaching a little bit. But, I mean, you never know how many double bluffs are going on in Star Wars, do you? Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for an upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.